Okay, let me go ahead and make sure that everything is going up here correctly. Let's take a wee gander. Okay. Everything seems pretty poggers. Okay. Let's go ahead and go like this. Okay. Everything seems to be fine. Actually, let me finagle a little bit more. I need to do a wee bit of finagling. Okay. Just a wee bit. This has nothing to do with anything, except I want it to be there. Okay. Everything is poggers. Everything is epic. Everything is working. Okay. Everything seems to be going up fine. Poggers, it is gamer time. Come on, you got this, Minecraft. Ah, well. Extend that out a little bit. There we go. If you're a weirdo and you're watching this live stream after the fact, hello. I am straight vibing because absolutely no one's here and no one probably will be here, but that's fine. Could not connect to realms. Oh no. You know what? This is fine. I'll just open Minecraft again. It's just mildly inconvenient. Don't you question my Minecraft setup. That's a stinky thing to do. I think I might have to resize the window again, but that's fine. I got Scott Pilgrim on the background because I am a weeb. Not really. I just like Scott Pilgrim. I am not a weeb. Trust me. Oh no. There is a quote out there now. Okay, let's resize this bad boy. Come on. I want to grab you. Nothing terrifying. Just let me get my grubby little paws on the window. Okay, let's see if anybody else has been on recently, actually. That is if the world backups begins to show. My computer does not really enjoy this. Actually, for now, oh, well, that's probably why. That is on a HD. That is on HD. Let's turn that down. Come back over here. Somebody was on here 5 hours ago. My setup is scuffed. Somebody was on 5 hours ago. Let's see if anybody is on there right now at this moment as we speak. Possibly. It seems to be loading up pretty quick. Nope, I'm alone. You know, actually, that music is as quiet as I can make it, but it is still a bit loud, so I'm just gonna... Sorry, Fossil Fighters. Love you, babe, but it is a bit spicy. Nothing like a little skipperoony. A little skippy. Getting a little skippy with it. I have had quite a bit of stuff going on in here. Let's get that reveal for those spicy people out there who may or may not watch in the future time. Wazam! Can't see very much. Oh no, I have brought my bone rattler sword out here. But I've been making a cactus farm. There's some farm over there. I'll show off that later because as for right now, while nobody's here except you, I need to put the bone rattler away. Can't have my bone rattler out. I'm so funny. I'm so hilarious. I am hilarious. Okay. I really should have put a different way down. I'm starting to get real tired of these vines that won't grow anymore past the point that they already grew. That's fine. Wazam. The bunny's still here. Everything's still here. Oh. Well, you know what? They're here right now. They're here right now. Oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, yes. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to do down here. Thank you, Swirly Beard's boat, for taking me across the entire server. One day I will have wings and I will no longer need you. Oops. This took so long to make, but it is very nice. It is very nice. I like how it turned out. Ignore the skeletons. Have the urge to ignore Okoing all of the skeletons. It's hard. It's hard, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it just has to be this way. You know, for future context, there is one person watching, and it's me. Watch this, watch this. Here's the proof. Here's the proof. Oh, I can't type in it. I can't type in it right now. That's fine. I thought I could. I swore I did that before. Oh yeah, I think I was waiting for glass to smelt. Is that what I was doing? That checks out. Yes. I don't have any green dye though, but that's fine. I am... Oh, okay, I did it. I did it, I'm a genius. Okay, no one could have done that except me just now. While it's melting, I think I'm gonna go ahead and check out my farms. The bee remit is doing pretty good. They look pretty sad, not gonna lie. Actually, I should probably do that first. I am in the middle of making the bee farm. It is about halfway constructed. It's going to be like real with redstone and everything, but right now I've just been breeding them, and it is much easier to grasp how many there actually are when they can't fit in the beehives. Unfortunately, that leaves me with this abomination. Yeah, let's just go ahead and feed those bees again. Oh no, that is not what I wanted. Hopefully I don't murder any bees. That would be horrible. Oh no. That is not very good. Oh no. I'm sorry, bees. Oh, I think they stung me again. That is not good. Okay, so that didn't go particularly well. That did not go particularly well. I would go so far as to say that it went rather poorly, because now I am losing bees. I am actively losing bees. This is not Very poggers. Oh, was I in the middle of the third layer? I guess so. Anyways. I can continue that when the bees are less salty, which they may be right now. But I guess I'll go check over here first. Do, 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 do. Did I just skip some? That is uncharacteristic. That is very strange. Mayhaps there was an intruder. And by that I mean mobs. This is not hardcore, as you can see, but I treat it like it is. I have died 2 times in total. Have not done it recently, and I do not plan to. I also really need to start designing this to be better to walk around, but you know what? That is not the order in which I do things, and that is not the order in which I'm going to start doing things. Are my bees okay? I am so sorry, bees. Okay. Get out of the way, bees. Okay. 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 I am so tense right now. Stop doing that. You little idiots. Sparzy's playing Risk of Rain too. Whoa. Alrighty. Oh, should not have held that out yet. Random seed that I don't want. That. Oh no, it didn't. It doesn't fit in a stack. It's fine, I can fix it. See that? Genius inventory management. Okay, you little winged idiots. Get your little bumbly booties out here. All of you. This is probably more than enough bees, but you know, nothing wrong with a bit too many bees. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I hope they don't cause any lag, but they will be in bee homes at some point. Just right now, they are out and about. What do I have name tags? Oh yeah. That's actually something interesting that happened. Okay, get out of the way. Bees. Oh wait. Oh, I thought that beehive was done already. Don't escape. I will murder you. That is what I was doing last time. I was working on the Cactus Farm. And I am infamously bad at redstone. This Cactus Farm was designed by, or at least brought to me by, Ourcraft. If you haven't checked them out, you should really do that instead of watching this. You can see that my redstone is, could be described in a way as, creative. That's a way to describe it. This is where I've been getting sand, by the way. That looks pretty cool. I am very bad at redstone. I couldn't figure out how hoppers worked. I needed an overflow system for my infinite cactus, so I did what I knew how to do, and I know how to do. I know how to do rails. I know how to do rails. I know how to do roller coasters. The extra cactus gets launched into this cactus, and it's wonderful. It is recycling. It is the circle of life, or should I say the cactus of life, because it is very cactusy. Whap. Oh. What? Bonus. I'm so bad at doors. Now, I need to finish the Cactus Farm. That's the main thing I was gonna do. Let's go check on that dank glass. Am I right, ladies? 4, 5, 6, 7. Close enough. I am so efficient. Oh, I ran out though. Where's my sand? I do not have any sand in here. Let us go fetch it. By the way, I'm making a bee farm so that I can get honey, and I need the honey so I can make a storage system. And I need a storage system because it's up here. Oops, that's my sandstone. So there's an order of operations here. It is not an efficient one. Also, I noticed that yesterday. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is a floating piece of sand. And it is truly a sight to behold. Sometimes I just look at this sand and I wonder how you get there. That is what I wonder. There's also a whole big floating thing, and if anyone ever pushes that over, I'm going to be so sad. I would love to make a memorial to it or something, but again, you can't touch it or else it'll all fall down, and it's very sad. Oh well. Do-do-do. I really dearly hope I don't fall on this again. I have done that enough. Oh, I was almost done. With the floor layer, at least. Oh. It's fine. It's fine, I guess. I've been working on my exobiology project, not particularly paste, but it is something. You know, it's something. I've been working on a painting for it because I need multiple paintings because I decided to make it an infinite amount of work for no reason. Oh, a cactus! There it goes! That was exciting. That was exciting. That was wonderful. I'm very glad we got to experience that. Oops. And that is why I fall off of this all the time. Or rather, into it. Off of it, yes too, but not quite to the same not quite to the same extent. Just Nikado avocado scream at the microphone. Yeah, that's what I do. That is what I call a pro gamer move. Okay. I know some lads, lasses, and MBs would be a bit sketch by that performance, but that was all calculated. In the words of the toxic Rocket League player, calculated. My hair is getting a bit too long. It is causing discomfort of grand extent. Oh, I should put the fences, actually. That is always the least fun part. Boing. Oh, poggers. Thought I ran out already. That was very close. That was a very close interaction. I'm glad that that turned out in my favor. Okay. I have some fence. Don't worry, I got a great big bones. I'm so funny. I'm just so hilarious. Actually, I need the fence gates. This is not enough. That's a bit disappointing. Which way did I angle them? Angle them out. Boing. 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 This is the compelling content y'all asked for. Oh no, they are facing the wrong way, ain't they? Okay. The world is saved. The world is saved. I've done it. That was beautiful. No, thank you. Thank you, Jorge. Ooh, is this enough? Actually, I am inclined to believe it's so. I went way too far. Yes, we do have enough, and I think I'm gonna stop it at 3 layers just because this is kind of an obnoxious amount of... I'm so sad. Oh! Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. That... Oh, that is not what I... That is not what I meant to click. Oh no, which way is this supposed to go? It's supposed to go that way. I am a genius. I am a genius. I have a big brain. I have a big brain. Yes. Okay. I solved the problem that I created for myself. I am a genius. I am so smart. I have an IQ in the double digits. Whoa. I'm an expert Minecraft player. That's why I know how to place scaffolding sometimes. Boing. Then I instantly fall back in again. I was convinced that's what was about to happen. Boing. That close. That close. I need to be crouching, but I don't feel like it. My little baby knees don't want to. Alrighty. So one above the cactus. Should be right here. Yes, that looks right. Okay, like everyone.
Thank you, Ourcraft.
I just check every once in a while because I don't enjoy restarting. Yeah. Also, in case anybody hasn't realized, that sure is up there. You know, straight 5, and I was gonna put my house on it. You can see the rest of the thing, but that part floats like obnoxiously high compared to everything else. It's just how it be. It is just how it be. Okay, and then it is not connected to the wall. And then it is right here. Yes! My intelligence increases by 17 points a second. And by 17 points a second, I mean the decimal point moves, you know, back and forth. Never actually gets anywhere, but, you know, when you move the decimal point from 0 to 0, it doesn't affect it too much, actually. Interesting, I know. Parkour. Parkour. Oh, I do have more fences. That is pretty gamer. How very gamer of me to come prepared. Yes, I have indeed fallen off of this like 17 times. Yeah, I'm doing it right. I like sand. It's coarse. And it gets everywhere. I'm so hilarious. I should probably think of something to talk about. That would probably be more interesting. That was a horrible reference. Horrible, unnecessary reference. But like I was saying previously, I have been working on my exobiology project, which I'm hoping takes off upon the second episode, at least equally so to the first one. Because the first one took like 11 million hours to produce, and now this one also has 15 million hours of artwork that went into it. Most of the artwork I actually have had finished since I made the first part. However, it has not come into use until now, and the writing is still very elegant, one might say. I think somebody referred to it as poetic, which is accurate, I think. It is... I enjoy writing it very... Is affluent the right word? I don't even know. Very, making it feel grand, making it feel very artistic and wondrous. Just making it flow like a... I thought I was going in a hole. Making it flow more like a documentary or just like a big art piece, because that is all and above what it is. It is an elaborate, long-winded art piece, no matter how you look at it, from the art, from the writing, from the conceptualization. That one went down. To the editing and the production. There's going to be significantly less stock footage. However, that is why it is taking so long, because I need a lot of supplementary artwork in order to make it flow with the topics that I have. And it's a good thing this is Java Minecraft and not Bedrock, so I'm not gonna die because I put my bed here. Yep, I'm standing next to it. Whoa. I have somewhat of a disdain for Bedrock Minecraft. I was originally a Bedrock player. Now I am a decent, God-fearing Java player. Yep, I'm just sitting here with my 15-mile bones. I am so smart. That's a Simpsons reference, I think. I am so smart. S-M-A-R-T. Something like that. Sparcy's been watching 1 million hours of The Simpsons, and I hate it so much. I've started to dislike The Simpsons. I've actually started to dislike The Simpsons. It started out with a legitimate, passionate hatred for Family Guy, but I'm starting to also dislike The Simpsons, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like a lot of the early Simpsons. Once you start to get too far, it starts to become painfully unfunny, and all of the jokes rely on how, in a lack of a better description, how hip and relevant it is, which, compounded by the fact that episodes of The Simpsons take so incredibly long to produce because it's animated and fairly well animated. As much as I miss the traditional animation, the digital does make it more consistent. I hate the consistency. I loved how fluid all the characters were, and all characters are in traditional animation. That is why I love the art of the original old SpongeBob, and I really don't like the modern art. That's an argument I'm sure everybody's and their mother has heard before. But I have an unironic hatred for Peter Griffin and Family Guy in general. I used to really like it, and I hate that I used to really like it, and it's just got so far in the trash that it has become unsalvageable. I appear to have locked myself in here. There we go. So I need some more cactus. This is just a pointless amount of cactus, and I love it so much. Bone. Yeah, let's just bring 2 stacks, just in case. At some point, I do need to make a kelp farm, because I was planning to turn this cactus farm into an XP farm by... I have so much brain power. Making it into an XP farm by smelting the cactus, because weird Minecraft fun fact is that cactus gives you more XP than everything else when it's smelted. Like when you get XP out of a furnace, for some reason cactus gives you the most. Why is that? No idea. It's kind of funny. I like cactus. Cactus farms are fun. I thought there was invaders. I do not like the pillagers. I do not like them. The pillagers are not very fun. Like, although it is cool that the pillagers, like, wander around, it is, like, it is, like, a little bit disheartening since, like, one of the main ideas of Minecraft is that bad things happen at nighttime and in the dark in general, and light is happy. That's just kind of how it works. And pillagers just walking around whenever they want to, it doesn't really feel like it fits. And then they always give you the sauce, the stink sauce, and that's kind of obnoxious. You know, it's not the most cash money. Okay, so there's 1 space and then the top. So I don't really know how I feel about it. I love the pillager towers. Like, that is an S tier design concept for the game. There's actually one right over there, which is why I'm going to put my village here, so I can trade with those little trade mongrels. Oh, there is a pillager. I don't like them. I really wish at the very least that the banner ones weren't just walking around. Like, I guess it's kind of fun when you're exploring and it's like, oh, there's one, we should do that, haha. But when you're just doing your thing, they are really frustrating when they just kind of appear and stare at you intimidatingly, and then you just kind of have to waste armor and shield durability trying to get them to hit their own leader so you don't have to go get a milk bucket. Because I carry around water all the time, then I have to put the water somewhere, and since I live in the middle of the desert normally, that is risky bisky considering how often the desert likes to be hollow and then fall down. But it's fine, I guess. Is this the right height? Will the cactus grow? I don't know. I do not know these things. These are things with which I do not know. I'll just put another layer on top. Well, not a full layer, like a layer of glass. Of course it's the green glass. I'm not a weirdo. I can't use clear glass. What? Clear glass doesn't exist. Clear glass is lame. It is for lamos. Okay, it's kind of cringe that you're using clear glass. And I don't use glass panes either, because I'm better than you. I just like the blocks better than the panes. I say the panes are occasionally a bit of a pain. But I like the glass windows, especially the green ones, because it's like that fancy bathroom glass or whatever it is, where it's like multiple inches deep and you can barely see through it, and just like the vibe it gives to looking at the desert through the glass that's green. I like it. I like it. I think it's cash money. It's it. Are. Okay. That is the layer. Mm. That was an F in the chat if I ever saw one. I don't really want to use sandstone, but I am so good at this game. I'm just so good, in fact. I kind of want to use only bones, but I don't really want to light it up. And that's the problem. I kind of just want to put a pattern on it. I don't know. Because if I make the whole thing glass, then it can't. Because I don't have any glass on that. I could put buttons. That could work. Yeah, that could work. Or I could put a bones layer. I did not mean to jump off, but that's okay. So I could put a bones layer. I think I'm gonna put a bones layer. Because I definitely don't have enough string. As much as I would like to have enough string. It's a bit of a stringy situation. I am a genius. I'm sure I can just seal it off anyways for now. I have run out. This is something I probably should have planned for. Before I continue, I'm gonna check the thing. A wee bit of a checky. A wee bit of a checky. Nope, nobody's watching. I'm alone. Oops. Oh. I'm a wee bit alone. Wee. Boing, 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 boing. I would go so far as to say that that seems promising. Boing. 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 Whenever I glance to the side like that, I'm looking at my beetles. Poggers. I'm not nervously staring into the void. There's beetles there. This one just kind of T-posing in the corner, like the little pog champ it is. Little pog champ. Yeah, I could make this significantly taller, but I don't really feel like it. I could put like a pyramid. I don't know how that feels, because that's supposed to be like the pyramid, and then the pyramid's gonna, there's a secret, the pyramid's gonna turn into like a bee diamond, and then be floating in a giant empty chasm all the way down, and it's gonna be very epic. And also I'm gonna put my beacon at the top. It's gonna be super poggers. But for right now it is bees. And that's good enough. Block, 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 block. So how about those bees? No, I'm not gonna descend into Seinfeld territory. Not again. It's too soon. It's too soon. The last live stream I did, though, which one person watched, I was drawing some Ourcraft for a new project that I've been doing. It is nowhere near as big as the Exobiology project or Minecraft, but Ourcraft are some of my favorite dinosaurs, and if you just want to watch a nothing stream like that, Oh, there's the corner. That is something you could watch if you prefer art over the top of it than Minecraft. But I say that because if any y'all little pog champs want to catch up on it before anyone else on my Epic Kandy Eggs Instagram, whoa! Because I've had a lot of the line work done for a really long time, and I've just started doing them digitally, but I've been wanting to get the entire design thing down before sharing it. Because there's like a professional air to my Instagram that I like to maintain. You know what? While we're dishing on about Instagram projects, my Fakemon project. I'm not sure if that even made a noise. My Fakemon project has been on halt for a very long time, but I have not stopped thinking about it. I've read out again. My Fakemon project is a very long-winded endeavor. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna put bones on this layer instead. My Fakemon project is a very long-winded endeavor, and it is not going to be ending anytime soon. It is not over. There's a lot more stuff that I have planned. There's way more designs that are just done, and I haven't had the time to make them digitally because my primary means of digital art is not very good. I have been trying to get a new one though, and that's coming up pretty soon. Alongside the revival of the Kandy Eggs Pokemon account. Also, Gen 9 was announced. That is pretty buggers. I was not very hyped. Well, I was kind of hyped. I was not very... what's the word to describe it? Legends Arceus removed so many things that they just shouldn't have. Pokemon has an obsession with accessibility, which is good, and as it should be. It should be focused on accessibility because it is a video game like Minecraft, and here come to the comparisons to why Minecraft is infinitely better than how Pokemon is being handled, is that accessibility. You want to play Minecraft, you play Minecraft. There's not very many buttons you need to know. If you're really, really bad at buttons, well, you don't even have to use keyboard and mouse. You can play Bedrock Minecraft, which is the one that is advertised specifically for children. Meanwhile, Pokemon has for a very long time, I believe since the 5th or 6th generation, there has been a very, very, very big focus on accessibility, especially for children, to be able to understand and to be able to play the game. And this coincides with the games not only getting aggressively easier, but becoming extremely hand-holdy. And a lot of people complain about linearity, but, you know, I am a grown adult, and I read the text that the game gives me, but when the game is not linear and does not have a progression check thing where, like, you open the menu, like Fossil Fighters does this. I love Fossil Fighters. You get to a point in the game, you save it, you don't play it for a month, you come back, and Pokemon, you're just kind of lost. And unless you really have the entire game memorized, I have been playing Pokemon Ruby, the original Pokemon Ruby. Not on emulator, I actually have this motherfucker. And it has been very fun. The problem being that every time I come back to it, I completely forget what I've been doing. And I just come in the game, I'm like, oh no, what was I supposed to be doing? I check my party, check the map. The map doesn't even have icons to tell you where you have and have not been. Doesn't even show you like a little light up thing, be like, ooh, you're supposed to come here. I got to a part where I was supposed to talk to Watson, a very average-looking character who can blend in with all the other NPCs if you have child brain like I do and just assume it's like, oh, that's a cool character I haven't really noticed before. No, it's Watson. He's just standing there in a random corner of a town. You're supposed to talk to him specifically, memorize what he says, go to the thing he says, which I confused the locations. I went to the Sea Malville, or whatever the boat thing is called. I was supposed to go to some power plant, and then the power plant is completely filled with Voltorb, which have explosion and just murder all your Pokemon, and all the other Pokemon there are also electric types with static, so they just paralyze you constantly, and it's horrible. But that took a really long time, and it wasn't very fun to do. 'Twas not very bogus. Meanwhile, Fossil Fighters does this wonderful, wonderful thing where it's like, oh, you're stuck? You're stuck? You don't remember what you were doing? Well, that's fine, actually. That is completely fine because, you know what? You open the menu, you hit that save. We tell you what you were doing. It says, oh, here's a tip. Go to this place. That's where you're supposed to go. It's like, oh, Pogger's epic. Meanwhile, Pokemon, if they could just do that, they kind of did it in Sun and Moon, actually. I believe the Rotom Dex would tell you to go and do stuff. Like, the Rotom Dex would be like, oh, you haven't seen, Cena wants to talk to you, the other guy wants to talk to you, and that was functional. I don't remember if Swish did it. I probably should have checked before saying all this, but I do not believe Swish had it. I don't really remember. But that is the best way to do accessibility because I played Generation 4 as a child. Generation 4 is perhaps not the best generation to start Pokemon. Oops. When I first played Generation 4, I had no idea what Pokemon was. I didn't know what Pikachu was. I had never seen the TV show, more than a couple clips of a couple movies. And this was the tail end of Generation 4. This was during Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I'm pretty sure. I only ever picked up Diamond. I can get through those. I had only ever picked up Diamond. And I didn't know anything about Pokemon. I knew what Turtwig was. I think I saw an episode of the anime that had a Turtwig in it. And I was like, oh, it's a turtle with a leaf. It's poggers. And I knew what Turtwig was. I knew, like, the general idea of Pokemon because I had played, oh wait, no, this was before I played Fossil Fighters. This was before Fossil Fighters existed, I believe. I had, like, a general idea. You know, it tells you the idea. Like, fire's good against grass and water and fire. And I was like, okay. I had no idea how many types there were. That would have been something that would have been good to know up front if they would just, like, here's a thing you have to glance at in order to progress. And then it's just, like, a chart. Which, I have a Pokedex now that has a chart on it. And everybody knows that they, I didn't put water on it. Oh no. Why do I have a brain that is 1 inch tall? Why am I like this? Why? This is fine. This is fine, I can fix it. Should not have done it in this order though. Actually, this was a very bad idea. Why can't I swim over the water? I hate that they changed water physics so much. That is not jumpable. This is not very cash money. This is not very poggers. Okay. This is wonderful. This is going fantastically well. I am doing so well. It's going so well. I am so epic, so poggers. I am so incredibly prepared. The pillagers are still gonna be over here, aren't they? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I didn't understand how Pokemon type matchups worked. Because I had the grasp where it's like, my Turtwig does not like fire, but it's good at water because plants eat water and plants burn in the fire. Like, that made sense. But then I don't believe Pokemon games actively tell you what same type attack bonus is. So me as a kid with my Turtwig, which in retrospect, I didn't know what the blue and pink meant on its stats, which is a very good thing that they added, because they did not have that in every single game with the natures. To tell me which one is strong, which stat is stronger, and which stat is weaker. In retrospect, my Turtwig had had boosted defense, that's pretty nice, for minus attack. So by the time that my Turtwig had tackle and absorb, I thought absorb was better than tackle, even though absorb is 20 power in Gen 4 and tackle is 40. I thought that absorb was stronger because it was doing more damage. This is because of stab and because my Turtwig's attack stat was so bad. So, like a genius, I was like, you know what? I didn't know what PP was and did not know that it could run out. Like, I knew that it went down, but I never, like, didn't heal for long enough to grasp or wonder what would happen if I ran out. So I would just sit there playing my little Pokemons on, like, the first route or whatever. On my first route or whatever. I am so sad. How do I go about this? That is not what I thought would happen. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. This is sussy. This is sussy. You know what? Let's just go out this side. Okay, that's close enough. So I was a little idiot kid with my Turtwig, and I didn't have any other Pokemon because I didn't like any of the other Pokemon. Because I was like, you know what? I got this game so that I could have the Turtwig. I am going to have the Turtwig. Get the water out. So me as a kid just starts going around as all the enemy trainers show up. Oh yeah, I broke a hole in it. All the enemy trainers show up. They're all pretty easy. It's like, Bidoof, absorb. All the Bidoofs, absorb. All these normal types, absorb. Starly would come up. Absorb didn't do very much. I was so confused. I was like, but it's a bird. Why is a bird not good against the grass? And then I came to the realization, it was like, well, it's because birds, you know, crows and stuff, drop turtles from the air, so it kills them because they're smart. So I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The Turtwig would be scared of the birds, because I did not really grasp type, so I thought specifically it was my Turtwig that was like scared of birds and scared of fire but liked water. This logic got me into quite a pickle because I did not understand dual types because Turtwig was a monotype. And again, I didn't use any other Pokemon, so I didn't have a Starly to tell me, to choreograph to me, that Pokemon could be dual types. Got him. So I got to one of the first trainers. One of the first trainers has a Buddew. Buddew, for that everyone knows, is grass poison. So I could not grasp that not only that this was a dual type, so I assumed I'm fine. Did I miss one? That's disappointing. I not only assumed that Buddew was also a grass Pokemon, which I was half right, but I thought that weaknesses worked in a very specific way that is not how they actually work. I'm gonna try this. Wait, that didn't work. What? I'm so confused. You know what? Let's just go like this. Genius. I was convinced that Pokemon could not. Did I place it that wrong? How did I do that? No, that's supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there. Right? Yeah. Okay. I was absolutely convinced that Budew made no sense. Because it looks weak. It does. It is supposed to. It's a baby. It's a baby version of a Pokemon that already existed before Generation 4. Budew comes up, and I use my child logic. I'm like, okay, Turtwig, use your good move, Turtwig. Go, use Absorb. Well, it 4 times resists grass. So when I use Absorb, it does literally nothing. And my kid brain saw that and was like, why is Budew so strong? Meanwhile, Budew, I think, is using Poison Sting, or maybe it's also using Absorb. Just starts destroying my Turtwig because I'm such a little dummy brain that I don't know how to click Tackle, because I'm like, but if that didn't do anything, then Tackle will do even less. So I got stuck on this trainer's Budew blocking the path. This is like one of the battles that makes you do to progress. And I refused to catch another Pokemon. I refused to do anything. I couldn't beat her. I didn't know how training worked, so I didn't realize I could just grind things because I never played an RPG before. My poor Turtwig died over and over and over and over again because I couldn't grasp how the game worked. And that's the kind of accessibility that should be advertised. Like, if you lose to one of those early trainers, it would be so much more accessible if the trainer would comment on what happened. So, let's say you died to poison. The character could say, you know, poison does a lot of damage, but if you picked up an antidote, you would have been okay, because using held items during the battle, that is for kids. If you are an adult and you do that, you're stinky. Oops. Ah, wee little bastards. Get out to me house, you wee stupids. Hate you. That's the kind of thing that should be a little bit more hand-holding. Not like Lord knows Game Freak would with this advice. Just make why is it so hard to travel through the cactus? Okay. Lord knows Game Freak would listen to this advice and then make like a 40-minute unskippable cutscene where you have to mash A enough to break your DS's screen. Except it's on the Switch now. Break the Switch's screen. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking if you can't get past it, then it should give you a text box that's special, not just, haha, I won and you're lame, ha. That made me feel so sad as a kid, because my Turtwig kept dying a million times. But the trainer should, like, say multiple things if you lose. Like, maybe if you leveled up, you could beat my Budew. Maybe if my Budew has poison points, so if you make direct contact, you get poisoned. Or in my case, my Budew is grass poison, which means it 4 times resists grass. Maybe try a different move, idiot. That'd have been very helpful. Okay, I believe that is all. That's all the water, yeah. Okay. Oops. But that is the kind of accessibility that they should be focusing on. For, like, understanding and grasp of the game. Because when I was a kid, Budew, after I learned that I can't use grass moves, eventually, I eventually tackled it to death pretty easily. I realized that because I started tackling every single Budew, they have poison point. I believe half the time they have poison point, and that means that if you make direct contact, you can get poisoned. So that makes me go, oh, well, I actually want to avoid touching them then. So I tried to use my special moves, Torterra's special moves. I guess it was at Grottle's still at this point. Grottle's special moves still don't do anything. Which I also didn't realize that special and physical moves were very different because I was dumb. It's kind of hard to grasp. Which is weird that they didn't really explain it in that game, as far as I know, because that was... Generation 3 has special and physical types, as opposed to attacks that could be special or physical, just depending. So, I eventually realized the weaknesses and resistances aspect. My train of thought has deleted itself. Where was I going with this? I guess I'll just start making up stuff. I eventually caught on the types and resistances and things, but not very accurately and not very well because I didn't like look up and memorize every Pokemon's type that I ever saw because I saw these creatures for the first time. When I saw Zubat 4 times resisted grass as well. And my thought wasn't, oh, maybe it has something to do with Budew, because they both 4 times resisted. No, I thought turtle bad against bats. And that was my logic. It's not very solid logic, you know, but as a kid, it's just kind of like, that checks out. God forbid Sneasel. I was horrified of Sneasel. I hated Sneasel because on that snow route, I had a Torterra and a Tropius. My friend gave me a Tropius. They're both 4 times weak to ice. They were the only Pokemon I used, so they were the only Pokemon that were above level 20 in the ice route. Every single Sneasel would just tear apart both of those Pokemon because I didn't understand how 4 times weaknesses worked. 4 times weakness and resistance didn't make sense to me. So I thought it wasn't just because they were ice types. It wasn't just because they were using ice type attacks because they were strong. I thought it was because Sneasel hunts things, because the Pokedex entry for Sneasel says that it hunts things. I would just see the Sneasels. I tried to run away, and I couldn't run away because running away is based on your Pokemon's speed stat compared to the opponent's speed stat. I didn't understand how this worked, so I could never get away from them, and they kept just like destroying my poor Torterra and Tropius, and I thought they were like being brutally murdered in front of my eyes every time, and I was so sad. Oh yeah, accessibility. So, abilities, that's what I was going on. Abilities with the accessibility. You have the Pokemon abilities, right? The starters main abilities are very badly designed. Like, I get that Torrent, Overgrow, and Blaze, they increase the power of your primary stab, which would be your fire, water, and grass types, when you're in a pinch. What does that mean? As a kid, I didn't know that their abilities did anything because it says in a pinch it'll power them up. Like, what does in a pinch mean? I believe it means when their HP is below 15%. Might be 20%, might be 25%, I don't really know. But as a kid, I never knew how that worked. Like, it's clearly supposed to be a comeback mechanic where it's like, come on, Piplup, you can do it, you can one-shot it, whoa, you did it. Oh, that's a boat. I was like, whose is that? And watch as I completely forget what I was just thinking about. I have a great big brain. Ah, yes. So the Pokemon have abilities, and as a kid, you don't really understand what those starter abilities do. They should really, especially things looking at things like Inteleon, which Inteleon is one of my least favorite Pokemon because it could have been infinitely better if it was designed by literally anyone else and not by a weird team of people where the Pokemon designed by groups of people are just always worse than the ones just designed by a single person, and you can tell the difference in passion. You look at something like, what's a good example? Tyrantrum is a fan favorite Pokemon. Tyrantrum was designed by one person, looks pretty poggers. You look at Inteleon, the starters nowadays are always designed by design groups of people in close contact with the executives, because the executives need to make sure that everything is, it needs to be as likable as possible, everybody needs to like it, which keeps, this is why the trend in starter Pokemon recently is that starter Pokemon end up looking like furries, because they're supposed to look like your cool epic buddy. But in a monster collecting game, I want my buddy to look like a pet, not a furry I found on the street and is following me around. It is very, very strange design philosophy, because the reason that people love a lot of the old starters and a lot of the older Pokemon, which I say the divide is between Generation 5 and Generation 6, which is the old and the new. This is because the change in starter priority, where in Generation 5 and below, the starters are essentially animals. Even things that look like people, like Blaziken, it's a chicken. It is a fighting chicken. They already look like that. They just gave it hands. Those are animals. And then Gen 6 and beyond, those are people with animal proportions, or rather, animals that look a lot like people. That is where I count the divide between old Pokemon and new Pokemon, and also because the 3D models they've been recycling since forever started in Generation 6. And F in the chat for Generation 5 putting all that work into the beautiful sprite animations and then never using them again. I swear, instead of making mainline Pokemon game, they should just make a pixel art game. Let like 50 people make it, put a bunch of crap in it, update it with like free updates or paid updates, whatever, for like a bajillion years. Just keep that up and running with the Gen 5 sprites. And that'd keep everyone satisfied for a really long time. Like, Pokemon is the same game, essentially, as it always has been, except, like, if they don't bring back Pokemon Camp or, like, a different equivalent, I'm going to be so sad because it is beautiful. But, you know, I just want to play Nintendogs, but they're Pokemon. That is what I want. I want to pet them. I want to throw them balls. I want to give them snacks. That is what I want from Pokemon. You know what? I think I'm just going to put lanterns. That's kind of a boring answer, but... You know what? Let's go with Smooth Sandstone Stairs. Let's go with Smooth Sandstone Stairs. We can do a little bit of like a castle vibe. Or... copper. I think I'm gonna go with Smooth Sandstone Stairs. Those are slabs. Okay, let's go back up. There they are. I really need to get the streamer skills going. I can't talk and I can't keep a valid conversation going, and also... Did I delete some? Oh no, I can't tell. A bug happened in Bedrock where it would like randomly sometimes give you extra and sometimes just give you like half of what it was supposed to. It always make me so mad because it's like, you just wasted like 5 million smooth stone, bro. I warned you, dog. Told you about those stairs, bro. They're falling. Oh yeah, the classic candy eggs. You know, it's not very well known yet in this Minecraft. But it soon will. Actually, should the butty tail end? Yeah, you can... I'll swap you. It's not very well known yet, but this is what this little castle-y edge, this little spawn-proof castle-y edge is what I do on like everything. Don't know how I feel about that though. That is not very poggers. Let's just there we go. Put these bad boys in the corners. Classic Candy Eggs Castle-y design. You know, my Pokemon discussion was going somewhere. I guess all in all, like, I do really... Oh, yeah, I remember. The design trend that makes people not like the new ones isn't just because they're furries, even though they're all furries. It's because they're all the same. People like the old gens, like I'll use Generation 4 as a prime example, because Generation 4 is like arguably the best starters. I personally think it's Gen 5, but Gen 4 is like definite. If you don't consider Gen 4 one of the best starter trios, then it's like, I don't trust your opinions. you got three extremely distinct starters. First of all, the vibes. You know, there's Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar. Three completely different vibes. There's like the silly cute one Turtwig, the cute one Piplup, and then like the silly monkey. That's three. I might have used 2 words to describe all 3 of them, but they are different vibes. If you're like me, I really like turtles as a kid. There's some kids really like monkeys, and then some kids really like penguins. They're 3 extremely distinct animals, and that is just an instant plus. Whereas Gen 1 is much poorer in this regard, where you are essentially picking between 3 reptilian creatures. Like, technically, both Bulbasaur and Charmander are amphibians, but they're all very reptilian-looking creatures. Whereas in Generation 4, these are very distinct animals in general, so they're obviously going to look different. That is, unless you are in Generation 6 and 7, where they all turn into furries. I'm liking how that looks. It's not the best, but it's something, you know. Actually, I think I'm gonna edit the corners a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I got exactly 4 bones. No, I have some more, but 4 exactly. That's what I needed. As I search my mind for my thoughts that have escaped me. There we go. Ah, yes, they all look the same because they're all furries. They're all just like humans with animal faces vaguely. Whereas in Generation 4, you've got Infernape, which is clearly a monkey, and it basically looks like a furry just because, like, the people who design Pokemon really don't know what cats look like and really don't know what monkeys look like. Except for Passimian and Oranguru, but those are, like, almost unsettling with how much they actually look like primates. Oh yeah, the people who make Pokemon also don't know what horses look like, and it really bothers me. Like, so many cat Pokemon especially, it's like, how do you not know what a cat looks like so badly that it is drawn like this? It's very strange. I like those raised corners. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's a wee bit pokers. Whereas, you have Infernape, it's a monkey, yada yada. It has a very specific vibe. It may look like a human. It is very big for a monkey. I think it should have been a baboon. A baboon? The Mern Baboon! I have actually a lot of footage from that game that Sparesy and I played, It Takes Two. I just stopped recording it in the middle of it because I ran out of space, and then we finished the entire game. It was really fun, but the editing just took so incredibly long that I just decided to not edit it anymore. I've still got the footage just in case I want to, but it's not gonna stay forever. But you got Monferno, and I knew kids who absolutely Infernape. I knew kids who absolutely loved Infernape with all their hearts, because it was like, oh yeah, but this is my cool monkey. It can fight stuff. It's like Kung Fu Panda monkey. Monkey. And then kids like me and one of my best friends, Gene. Turtwig stands for life. Turtwig, what does Turtwig become? The beautiful turtle? No, it doesn't become a man. It doesn't become a man holding a shield that's its shell. No, it becomes a giant tortoise, ankylosaur, nodosaur creature. It's the world turtle. Its shell contains a tiny continent with a little tree on it. It is beautiful. It is truly like a monster design. You know, a lot of Pokemon like Toucanon can fall into a bad aspect of design where it's like, this is kind of just a toucan drawn and a Pokemon looking eyes on it. Toucanon bothers me. It's just the Pokemon that bothered me the most, aside from Toxel, which is forever, God, my least favorite Pokemon. It looks like it shit itself. I hate it. I hate Toxel. But most of the Pokemon that I don't like Inteleon, is just because they could have easily been improved without changing their concept at all. Those just kind of get on my nerves. But Torterra, it's an actual like monster design, and when you play in your pocket monsters, you want an actual monster. As a kid, when I didn't know what Torterra was, I was kind of disappointed in Grottle. Nowadays, I love Grottle. But when I saw it evolve into Torterra, my eyes lit up. I was like, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen. The same thing happened with Superior. I hadn't seen Superior. I picked Snivy before I knew what Superior was. They were both super epic, and I loved them with all my heart. But I've never picked a starter without knowing what it evolved into ever since, except Sobble. I committed to it. This is why I hate Unteleon. I committed to Sobble before we even saw the middle evolution. Saw the middle evolution, so I was like, ooh, interesting water balloon creature. And then I saw Unteleon and I cried for 17 years. If you just change the color slightly, it looks so much better. One of these days I'm going to make a video on like how to improve Inteleon just infinitely. But now's not the time. But then you've got Empoleon, which is kind of just an animal like Toucannon. They could have just like put a cannon for its face or something, and everyone would have loved Toucannon. But Empoleon is kind of just a penguin, but it has fingers. Should I go to Chase's base? I don't really feel like it. You got Empoleon is kind of just a penguin, but it's got those 3 fingers that dinosaurs have, which I love that Pokemon keeps giving the birds with hands 3 fingers, because birds have 3 fingers. A lot of people go off saying like, oh, but birds, they're all their hand fused into one singular bone. Like, no, it didn't. It can still move. It still has 3 digits. The fingers aren't fused into a single immobile lump. Like, the fingers can still bend and move. And the Alula is literally controlled by their finger going like this. This is how the Alula works. And I hate when people say that their hand's fused into a singular thing that doesn't move. It doesn't make any sense. Dinosaur rant aside. Empoleon is a whole like different regal vibe, and the fact that it's a water starter that's black and has the like cool gray trim is wonderful. It is very beautiful design. Like when you pick Piplup, it's like, oh, it's cute, and you have a subconscious knowledge of what these Pokemon turn into. That is the best part. Unlike a lot of the modern Pokemon, which I do love how different they become with evolution. I think that's very fun. All 3 of them have a vibe that's subconscious. Turtwig, it has a plant on it. If you know anything about plants, that is a dicot. If you know anything about trees, you know that is what a baby tree looks like. You've got a subconscious knowledge of it. And Turtwig's shell is that brown and black. That is the color of a pot. It is a potted tree. You see the plant move onto its back when it evolves into Grotle, and you're like, I see the cogs turning. You are going to get a tree on your back, and you are going to be epic. With Chimchar, it's a monkey with fire. You know that it's either going to become a giant, massive gorilla, or it's going to become this like little fighting monkey that goes really fast. It's going to be on fire and cool, and that's what it is. With Piplup, it's a penguin. Why do people like penguins? It looks like it's wearing a little suit. You're darn right, Empoleon, be dressed to impress. But tell you what, that's basically my rant. I don't think anybody came to watch this, which is very sad. But I think I'm going to call it a night. As sorry as it is. Oh, I cannot see my screen. As sorry as it is. I'm going to have to go. This was Candy Eggs being gay. Poggers, pog out. Except I don't. There. It's staring right at me. It's staring right at me. It says stop streaming. Bye. Bye. And then it turns into Teletubbies, and I just start saying it again, and then we watch the entire like 3-hour stream again.